So Kamala Harris just released her agenda for black men. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions. I've never made a video like this, but I've never seen anything like this. So I thought it was something maybe worth talking about. Now, let me make this very clear. I do not care who you vote for. If you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat, whatever it is that you identify as, there is no question that, yes, it is very important as an American to vote for who you think has your best interest in mind for you and your family. With that being said, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, it's literally discrimination. Imagine if a presidential candidate, any other presidential candidate, were to focus solely on a specific race and also gender when campaigning. Kamala Harris, according to this, and this is not from a fake website, this is from kamalaharris.com/agenda. And it says, Vice President Harris will deliver for black men and their family. Now, you let me know down in the comment section what you think, especially for the black men and women out there. What do you think? That's the one that I find to be most interesting because obviously everyone else is pretty much not included in this. I just personally think it's not fair. Not only am I American, right? But I come from a Mexican background. Both of my parents are Mexican. With that being said, it's like, why is it that then I am paying millions of dollars a year in taxes to fund programs like this that I serve and get no benefit from? Like, that is simply not fair. It is discrimination. At least that's how I see it. And again, if you see things differently, then please, I would love to see your point of view down in the comment section. But check this out. It says, Vice President Harris is laying out an agenda to give black men the tools to build wealth and achieve financial freedom, which again is great that you want individuals to, build wealth and achieve financial freedom. It should not be based off of race nor gender, right? It is not a fair playing field. To also lower the cost for themselves and their family and protecting their rights, addressing the issues that black men across the country have told her are their top concerns. Now, that line is just crazy. The reason I say that is because it simply now looks like she is trying to buy their vote, because based off of what I've read, and again, it's just what I've read, she hasn't had not only the black vote, but she's losing it, and also specifically the black men vote, right? So maybe she can buy them with this. So to provide 1 million forgivable loans up to $20,000 to black entrepreneurs and others who have a good idea but don't have the resources, connections, and access to capital to get their business off the ground. Now, it's very specific wording, to black entrepreneurs and others, right? So now is it just to all people or is it just to black men? The thing is like, why is she positioning this agenda just for black men? It doesn't seem right, especially for everyone that loves to be inclusive, right? Just like a lot of Democrats, that's not very inclusive of you. Am I wrong, right? It just doesn't seem fair. A good idea, but don't have the resources, connections, or access to capital for their business off the ground. Up to 1 million forgivable loans, up to $20,000. A loan is supposed to be paid back. I do not understand the concept of these federally backed forgivable loans, just like those PPP loans that were forgiven during COVID. It's complete BS that the American people have taken advantage of, and especially those that have no intention of actually paying them back. I mean, if I were a black entrepreneur and I were to see that this was something that was presented, why wouldn't I apply to see if I can get $20,000 that really, if forgivable, comes at almost no risk? It just doesn't seem fair for everyone else. To launch a national health equity initiative focused on black men. Now, that is not for others. It is only for black men. Again, discrimination. Legalize marijuana, which I don't understand why this is just for black men. It seems kind of, what do we want to call it? Stereotypical of you to try to assume that this is just for black men, but legalize marijuana at a federal level to break down unjust legal barriers and hold black men and other Americans that hold black men and other Americans back. Okay, so it's not just for black men. Why is it being positioned as just for black men? Again, very specific wording that is just supposed to convince maybe black men to vote for her. To lower the cost of enacting the first ever federal ban on corporate price gouging for food and groceries. Now, this is something that supposedly she's been trying to lead by. But again, when it comes down to this corporate price gouging, they've said it before and they'll say it again just to convince the lower class to vote for them, yet they never actually do anything about it. So lower rent and provide down payment assistance to triple the number of first-time ever black homeowners. Again, I do not understand that. First off, you can't lower rent. That's just the way that to be able to convince people to try to vote for you because you don't own the property. So therefore, landlords should be able to charge whatever it is that they see to be fit. If you don't like that, then buy your own house. Provide down payment assistance programs, again, for first-time black homeowners. That, again, just doesn't make sense. Why are you focused not just on a specific race, but also focused on a specific gender? I guess it's not specific gender. It says new first-time black homeowners. And then again, it goes a little bit more into it of saying black men deserve a president who will deliver on promises. Well, she's been in office for about 3.5 years and we haven't seen much from her. But again, she's turning the page, right? That's what we've heard over and over again. Vice President Harris knows that black men have long felt that too often their voices on political processes have gone unheard. And that is just so much of untapped ambition and leadership with black male community, which again, I do agree. There should be programs available for the lower class that sure is applicable to everyone. It shouldn't be exclusive to just black men. What if it's a black woman entrepreneur? What if it's a Hispanic or an Asian? Whatever it might be. Like, why are we so divided more now than ever before? And why is it that we have a presidential candidate on their actual landing page so focused on just one specific race and gender? Again, for a political group that is supposedly so inclusive, it doesn't feel very inclusive when you are only focused on a specific race and on a specific, gender. You guys let me know down below. When I saw this, I literally could not believe it that it was actually real. I thought it was a meme, especially when it came down to saying that they were going to provide 1 million forgivable loans up to $20,000 for black entrepreneurs. That's just absolutely insane. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care if you're white. No loan should be forgivable. If you're choosing to take out a loan, the intention should be to pay back, especially when it's paid by the U.S. taxpayer. That just doesn't make sense. Again, it's a poor management of U.S. funds that, again, is paid by people like from you and I. And it's just insane that they continue to try to, say, okay, well, we'll just continue to raise taxes because we're running out of money. We're more in debt. But then you have policies that are being put in place and or being offered that are just like this, that are literally set to fail. And I think this is where the big disconnect continues to happen, because we begin to point the finger at the supposed problem, and that's that, it's people like you and I that are not paying enough in taxes. But in all honesty, it's because of the people in power. They continue to mismanage our funds and to create programs and or funnel money in areas that just continue to cost us billions and billions of dollars. So you guys let me know down in the comment section what you think. Again, I'm really looking forward to hearing your guys' feedback. I've never made a video like this. I just literally could not believe it that a presidential candidate that, again, it runs off of being so inclusive, created an agenda that is only focused on a race and on a specific gender. So I hope that earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.